Under the untamed sky, eagles have always been regarded as the ultimate symbols of strength and dominance, and even the fiercest predators on the ground instinctively retreat when their vast shadows sweep overhead. Yet within the wild world, there exist even more terrifying, bloodthirsty hunters hidden in the sky, creatures whose power and hunting skill are so extreme that they can, on rare occasions, pose a real threat to humans as well. Among them, the African crowned eagle stands out as a true jungle assassin. This bird is armed with talons curved like steel hooks, capable of piercing flesh and locking onto prey in a split second, and because of this, it regularly hunts monkeys, mongooses, and small antelopes. More chilling still, history preserves darker evidence. In the year 1924, scientists discovered the skull of an ancient child bearing puncture marks that matched the talons of a crowned eagle with uncanny precision. Although attacks on people are now extremely rare, this species is still regarded as one of the most dangerous aerial predators ever to rule the skies. In North America, the bald eagle, the national symbol of the United States, displays its power in a different way. Although it does not usually target very large prey, its talons can exert a gripping force several times stronger than that of a human hand, thereby generating crushing pressure capable of subduing an animal in a single squeeze. Moreover, with its broad wingspan and extraordinarily sharp vision, the bald eagle can dive from great heights with lethal accuracy, and in doing so, it continually reaffirms its dominance of the open air. When speaking of the most well-rounded aerial warrior, the golden eagle is nearly without equal. This bird is famous for its refined hunting tactics because it often attacks from the direction of the sun in order to blind its victim before delivering the final strike. Each of its feet can exert immense crushing force, strong enough to overpower rabbits, geese, young sheep, and even juvenile deer. It is this unique combination of speed, intelligence, and raw strength that has made the golden eagle a timeless symbol of authority and power across many ancient cultures. Across Africa, the skies are also ruled by the martial eagle, a species often described as the leopard of the air. With a body weight that can exceed 6 kilograms, which is about 13 pounds, and with legs powerful enough to break bones, it ranks among the strongest birds of prey on the continent. Although it is not as recklessly aggressive as the crowned eagle, its territorial instinct is ferocious. Martial eagles mate for life and guard enormous hunting grounds, standing as silent sentinels over vast stretches of wilderness. Meanwhile, in the dense tropical forests of the Americas, the harpy eagle spreads fear in its own terrifying way. With talons as large as a bear's claws, it can crush the bones of its prey in just a few seconds. It is a master at hunting large monkeys, sloths, porcupines, snakes, and even small livestock, and it has been known to snatch prey boldly, even in front of humans. Because of this relentless courage and overwhelming physical power, the harpy eagle is widely considered one of the most fearsome birds of prey on Earth. The power of eagles is undeniably terrifying, yet in this harsh natural world, there are still creatures capable of challenging them. And among the most impressive are the following. Number 1. The California condor. The California condor is one of the largest birds on Earth and the largest flying bird in North America, with a wingspan reaching 2.9 meters or 9.5 feet across. It can soar to altitudes of 4,500 meters, nearly 14,800 feet above the ground, while gliding at speeds of up to 80 kilometers per hour, equivalent to around 50 miles per hour. From high in the sky, these birds watch over vast landscapes like ancient aerial sentinels. Rather than hunting living prey, they search for carcasses, and for that reason they play a critical role in the ecosystem. By consuming dead animals, they remove sources of disease, slow the spread of infection, and help keep the wilderness in balance. Although they are enormous and powerful enough to defend themselves, condors rarely approach humans. Ironically, it was human activity that nearly drove them to extinction. With a lifespan that can exceed 60 years, they have become a lasting symbol of the struggle to protect the last giant birds of the Americas. Number 2. The cassowary. When dangerous birds are discussed, the cassowary of Australia and New Guinea cannot be ignored. This massive, flightless bird is both curious and unpredictable, making it a true wild card of the natural world. Despite its size, it can run through dense rainforest at speeds reaching 50 kilometers per hour, roughly 31 miles per hour. Its most terrifying feature is its pair of muscular legs, each armed with a long razor-sharp claw shaped like a dagger. When it feels threatened, a cassowary can deliver explosive kicks, and those claws are capable of inflicting severe injuries on almost any animal in its path. Although attacks on humans are uncommon, encounters can quickly turn dangerous. In 2012, a tourist in Queensland was struck by a cassowary, knocked off a trail, and sent falling into water below a rocky ledge. A chilling reminder of how powerful and unpredictable this bird truly is. Number 3. The pitohui. Did you know that danger does not always come from claws or razor-sharp beaks? Sometimes the deadliest threats hide inside creatures that look small, colorful, and completely harmless. The pitohui, a bird native to the rainforests of New Guinea, is a perfect example. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary tropical songbird, yet its feathers and skin are saturated with batrachotoxin, one of the most powerful poisons ever identified in nature, the same toxin found in South American poison dart frogs. Even light contact with its feathers or skin can cause burning and numbness in humans, and in higher doses, the toxin can be lethal. What makes this bird even more remarkable is that it does not produce the poison itself. Instead, pitohuis absorb batrachotoxin from toxic beetles in their diet, gradually storing it in their bodies. In this way, their feathers and skin become a living chemical shield, forcing any predator that attacks them to pay a terrible price. Because of this, pitohuis have almost no natural enemies and are also far less affected by parasites than most other birds. Number 4. The African ostrich. The African ostrich is the largest living bird on Earth, a true giant of the savanna, standing nearly 3 meters tall, or about 9.8 feet, and weighing more than 150 kilograms, roughly 331 pounds. Although it cannot fly, it more than compensates with its massive legs, which allow it to sprint at speeds exceeding 70 kilometers per hour, around 43 miles per hour, and to deliver kicks powerful enough to break the bones of predators such as lions and hyenas. With only 2 toes on each foot, every strike functions like a living hammer, making even eagles and large carnivores think twice before getting too close. In the wild, ostriches are not aggressive by nature, yet when they feel cornered or when their nests and chicks are threatened, they will fight back without hesitation. There have been cases in which humans were seriously injured, and in rare instances even killed, after approaching too closely. Alongside their raw strength, ostriches also possess exceptional eyesight and lightning-fast reflexes, allowing them to detect danger from far away. One of the most common myths is that ostriches bury their heads in the sand. In reality, when danger approaches, they lie flat and stretch their necks along the ground so that their bodies blend into the colors of the savanna. From a distance, it can look as if their heads have disappeared. Yet this is actually a clever camouflage tactic, proving that this powerful bird is also highly intelligent and adaptable. Number 5. The bearded vulture. The bearded vulture, also known as the lammergeier, is one of the most unusual scavenging birds on Earth. It lives across a vast range, from the mountains of Central Asia and the Middle East to East Africa and the high peaks of Europe. Unlike most vultures that focus on rotting meat, this species has a far stranger preference: bones. What it truly seeks is bone marrow, a fat-rich source of energy hidden deep inside the hard shell. To reach it, the bearded vulture has developed a feeding technique found nowhere else in the bird world. It carries large bones high into the sky and drops them onto rocks or hard ground, repeating the process again and again until the bones shatter. Once the marrow is exposed, the bird descends to feed on this valuable resource. Its body is perfectly adapted to life in the mountains. Long wings allow it to glide for hours on rising air currents, while its rare wedge-shaped tail gives it precise control when navigating between cliffs and powerful winds. A strong beak helps it handle and process the remaining bone fragments. One fascinating detail is that many bearded vultures display rusty red or orange-tinted feathers. This coloration is not genetic, but comes from frequent bathing in iron-rich mud, a behavior that stains their plumage. In the harsh mountain world, this bird has turned what every other creature discards into its primary source of survival. Thank you for watching until the end of this video. If you enjoyed these extraordinary stories from the animal world, remember to subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss any future episodes. Thank you for your support, and we look forward to seeing you again on the next journey of discovery.